Hi guys, welcome back. It's Angelica. Today I'm going to be checking out a new-ish artist to my channel. And this is by request by one of my Patreon subscribers. And the artist is Steven Wilson. And you might recognize that name if you've seen any of my reactions to the band Porcupine Tree. He is kind of the mastermind band leader of Porcupine Tree, Steven Wilson. And I have been told to check his solo workout for some time now. I've been really excited to get into this. And so the song is called Ancestral, and it is from his Hand Cannot Erase album, which is a concept album. I'm glad that I read a little bit about this before I started listening, because I think the context of this is very important. I'm actually going to read a summary of the what the album is about. So this is from Wikipedia. It says, Hand Cannot Erase is a concept album written from a female perspective, inspired by the real-life case of Joyce Carol Vincent, a woman who died in her apartment and went unnoticed for over 2 years, despite having family and friends. I actually have heard about this story before. The album tells the story of a young woman who moves to a city, becomes isolated, and disappears without anyone noticing, exploring themes of urban loneliness, invisibility, and human connection. So this is great. What a great idea for an album. So as with any concept album, this song is part of that larger idea. So I think at some point I'm going to probably listen to this entire album in one sitting. But I think this is probably a great place to start. I do have the lyrics pulled up, and I cannot wait to listen to this. So let's go.
To come to guilty men. Things that meant so much mean nothing in the end. Their function is dysfunction and to hide the truth. Distracted by their faith, ignoring every proof. Bicycle, a garden wall, a mother's call, a love is born, and after all, the sleep that falls on me. In the city there are those that live alone. Twilight brings them from the gloom into our homes, and hiding left behind. They see things that others will close their eyes. 'cause there's nothing here for you, my dear, and everything must pass. When the world doesn't want you, it will never tell you why. You can shut the door, but you can't ignore the crawl of your decline. Bicycle, a garden wall, a mother's call, a lover's born, and after all, the sleep that falls on me.
Was that it? Oh my god. Oh man. Guys, I've done it again. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun having this channel and getting to check this stuff out with you guys. This is so awesome. I am going to have a lot to say about this, so just if you could bear with me as I try to gather my thoughts. That was a lot. That was about 13 and a half minutes long. I don't know if you saw, I was like really, I thought the song was over after that guitar solo and that kind of was it that last chorus, and then it went on. That was like actually half the song, and then we had this entire instrumental bit. That was, I loved that. I thought that was phenomenal. So I'm just going to kind of go stream of consciousness with this. One of the main things that I kept thinking was I have seen a couple documentaries of Porcupine Tree, and specifically Steven Wilson really talking about his, his intention and his philosophy with music. And I love it. And, I've heard him talk about really liking weird sounding music. And atmospheric music as well. And, or I'm sorry, not atmospheric, ambient music. And I hear that very much here. And the other thought, because I mean, there were parts of that were just weird, really weird, creepy, strange chords, strange melodies, creepy, uncomfortable, unsettling, just difficult to understand. But at the same time and he's so good at that. You know, I've heard a decent bit of Porcupine Tree at this point. And he is so good at incorporating that, like the weirdness, but then also being able to make it listenable and rock at the same time. You know, he takes you all these different places, but he never goes too far to where it's not a place you want to go anymore. He'll bring you back to these just like rockin' riffs that are just so heavy and headbangers. I mean, I loved this. This was such a journey. Man, I'm very excited to see lyrically and musically how this fits in with the rest of the album. I loved his vocals so much in this. I love Steven Wilson's vocals. The girl at the end too, Nanette Tayeb, I'm not sure if I'm saying her name, correctly. Loved her voice at the end too. I don't know if she was kind of supposed to represent being that woman, you know, that the album is about. But we have to talk about that guitar solo. Guthrie Govan is what the lyrics are telling me. That's who that was on the guitar. That name sounds familiar, but I don't really know who that is. That was absolutely off the charts, that solo. I'm going to go back and listen to that. I think I'm going to be able to guess where it's at by here, where the most replayed section. That, first of all, really took me off guard. I was not expecting that. That was so powerful. Wow. All right, I don't even know if I'm ready for it again. I just have to hear it again. I know it was a lot like building up to it too. That was so good. That was really reminding me of David Gilmour's playing. There was a moment that reminded me of a moment in the Time solo, Pink Floyd. I want to go back and hear that. It. Sorry. Oh, I have to listen to it again. could listen to that in its entirety again. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was phenomenal. The bends and the wailing and the melodicism and the phrasing and just the tone, that was so good. And the lead up to that moment was so wonderful. The rhythm and the groove in this song is really interesting too. I love the way it began with the drums. It was a really odd rhythm and beat. I want to hear that a little bit again. Yeah, that's cool. Another thing I want to talk about too is, as I'm looking in the credits of this song, we've got a lot of instruments here. We've got the Rhodes piano, which I love the sound of. Keyboard, Steven Wilson. We have actual strings, the London Session Orchestra, which were absolutely stunning, especially at the end there. That really brought a level of emotional depth to the end of the song there. Beautiful arrangement. We've got a mellotron, and we've got a celesta, which is it's that kind of piano keyboard instrument that you typically think of with the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. It's that really, I think it's actually it's instead of it's hitting like a metal instead of wood, like in a piano, I'm sorry, not wood, strings. It's almost kind of like a xylophone, but with a keyboard, where it's striking some kind of metal. I forget what kind of metal it is, but it is such a beautiful sound. It's really crisp and bright and clear, but it's also really creepy. And I love that he used that. And then we have a flute, which was really cool the way that was played. There was like middle, like Eastern scales being played, I think that were really unexpected and beautiful. Bass guitar, the drums, Marco Miniman, absolutely loved the drums. And I have to talk about Steven Wilson as a producer too. I mean, he is just off the charts with the sound quality and the mixing. It's such an ear treat to listen to his music. It's unbelievable. And then we've got a Hammond B3 organ, piano, a dulcimer, baritone saxophone. I mean, wow, what an assortment of instruments. I absolutely loved that. That was really a journey. There was so much going on there. I really want to just listen to that over and over and over again. I feel like there's so many layers to appreciate and understand there. I'm really excited to check out this album now. I love it. Loved this so much. Thank you if you hung in there with me as I listened to all of that again. I appreciate it. This was such a joy for me. I appreciate you watching this with me, and I will see you on the next one.